The two most xenophobic groups of black people in the world are African Americans and South Africans. The thing that these two have in common is that both of them suffered the most and the longest at the hands of systematic racism, segregation, and racism in general. I am here to tell you that there is not a single thing you can do or say or show them to convince them otherwise. They are already part of the system, whether it's through tribalism, whether it's through xenophobia, whatever form they use to apart themselves from the entire African race. There's nothing you can do to get that person back. What we can do, however, is stop engaging with these people online. Stop giving them a platform. Every time you see a xenophobic comment and you go and you wanna go and try and say something or fix it or whatnot, you are boosting that person's comment. And somebody who is still young, an African who is still young and impressionable and doesn't really understand the concept of unity or the world yet, will see it, and it will now live in the back of their mind, subconscious mind, and possibly sway them towards that side one day. The best thing for you to do when you do come across tribalist comments, xenophobic comments, is to either report it and move on, or don't say anything at all. Go and reply under a comment that boosts unification and Ubuntu. We cannot go back to save those who do not want to be saved, but we can assist in stopping them from spreading the hate into the future. Those who know that black people's power lies in togetherness know, and we have our plans. We know what is the way forward. Let starve those people so their movement can die. Do you understand? That's all I came to say.
All right. Y'all know I like to play the video first. So run this back. Let's go.
The two most xenophobic groups of black people in the world are African Americans and South Africans. The thing that these two have in common is that both of them suffered the most and the longest at the hands of systematic racism, segregation, and racism in general. I am here to tell you that there is not a single thing you can do or say or show them to convince them otherwise. They are already part of the system, whether it's through tribalism, whether it's through xenophobia, whatever form they use to apart themselves from the entire African race. There's nothing you can do to get that person back.
All right. First of all, we don't have tribes over here. She said tribalism. We don't have tribalism in America. We don't have a history of tribalism, my nigga. Tribalism, like hating people because they from a different lineage. That's not how we are against our own. Y'all, I went to the page. She got a South African flag in her bio. So I'm assuming that's what I was doing. I was looking at my phone. So I'm assuming the bitch is South African. So she's claiming her own people, I guess, are xenophobic. But we don't have a history of that, number one. Secondly, thank you. You guys playing. You just said what I was about to say. They still stuck on, these dumb motherfuckers still stuck on calling us African Americans. So that's a whole nother thing. But I don't even want to go there because that's not even the main point. But clearly, we not fucking African Americans. So you calling us that shit is just already just off the rip. That's xenophobic, to be honest. Yeah, but that's not what she means, though, guys playing. That's not what she means. She's not talking about African Americans in the way that we know what it is. She's talking about us. I know what you mean and what we mean. When we say we're talking about Africans who come over here from Africa. She's not looking at it from that perspective. Because she a fucking idiot. She don't listen. But if anybody is the least xenophobic is us compared to y'all, because we don't go to y'all countries and we not going to y'all homelands and doing anything. Y'all coming over here getting up under us. So we could be as xenophobic as we want to if we really wanted to, because we not over there. We don't go to y'all countries en masse to live over there and eat up the resources. Y'all come over here. We give y'all opportunity to come over here. So all that we xenophobic shit, we don't have a history of being xenophobic. Whereas we cutting off people's heads shit that's African and Caribbean in America. Whereas we like tying you to a pole and whipping you because you're from a different tribe. We don't do that shit here. We don't do that. We allowed to have opinions, but the majority of Black Americans aren't even a part of the grassroots that we part of. Don't even think like us or talk like us. So honestly, you talking about some internet shit, really. You talking about some shit that you see online. Majority of Black Americans don't really think how we think, unfortunately, and don't have the boundary that we got. So the bitch just game goofy. This is that's just on the internet all day that don't really know the real and just talking and just saying shit because it sounds good and just trying to get some attention. And honestly, we're gonna keep it 100. Like, if anything, she probably saying this shit because, like, kind of, I made a video about it before that went viral, talking about like how Ghana is delineating and South Africa delineating because they don't want Nigerians in their country because Nigerians come over to their countries and fuck it up. How's that xenophobic? If you come into somebody's country and you fucking it up and you know, infiltrating bullshit in there, they allowed to get you the fuck on and not want you there. It's xenophobic to go to other people's countries and cause issues and trauma. That's really xenophobic. You know what I'm saying? So that's more than likely what she's talking about because not historically, but like recently, it's been Ghana, newly Ghana, South Africa, and we've been doing it for a while, calling people out that's coming over here fucking shit up. So that's some bullshit. They do stuff almost similar to that, though. Gangs in America are not killing people because of their lineage. That's a terrible comparison that you're trying to make, talking about gangs in America. The original gangs in America was to protect the community. They got infiltrated to start, going against each other, but they're not going against each other because of lineage. They're going against each other really, and it's not the 70s and the 80s, bro. It's not killing each other over colors anymore. Gangs is not what they used to be 30, 40 years ago. It wasn't you got on blue, you got on red, I'm gonna kill you because you got on blue. That's not a thing, bro. The Clips and the Bloods, they've been dropped that beef years ago. They dropped beef in the 90s if you want to really get down to it. So no. Now what you have is sets in certain places depending on where you from. But it's not like a beef. We can't go over there now. Most of the beef that happened in the community that's gang related is not even gang related. It's really just you did something to somebody that I know, or it's some type of retaliation. It's not he a part of that gang, we a part of this gang, so we have to kill them. That's not going on in the black community. That's not a thing, bro. It's not organized crime that got going on. What you have is petty beefs, or you used to mess with my girl, or we got into a fight back in high school and I still don't like you now. Like, it's like, come on, like y'all be reaching when y'all say shit like that. That's not similar at all. It's not cutting heads off. It's not cutting feet off and like eating them. Like, come on, man. Y'all, that's not similar whatsoever. I don't know what you're talking about. What's up, McQueen? Let's keep going though.
We can do, however, is stop engaging with these people online. Stop giving them a platform. Every time you see a xenophobic comment and you go and you wanna go and try.
Well, first off, you giving it attention because you making a video about it. Second off, we need to stop with this whole thing where like everybody think anything that's xenophobic is just something that you say about somebody else. That's not xenophobic. If I say some Nigerians, not all, some Nigerians come over to America and are very disrespectful to black Americans, so we need to call that out. That's not fucking xenophobic. That's me calling out the truth. That's not fucking xenophobic. We having it in it. It's like now, like anything that you say that go against, like anything that you say where you holding somebody accountable, they claim it as xenophobia. That's not fucking xenophobia. Like, what is you talking about? People just be reaching and saying anything now. So what are all these rappers doing? What do you mean? What the fuck is the rappers doing? Dumbass. The rappers is rapping, making music. What are you talking about? You think Lil Wayne is going around killing people? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Most rappers are rapping. They're talking. They're lying in their raps. Most rappers don't do none of the shit that they talk about. What is you talking about? What are you talking about? This is how I know you ain't educated, man. Most rappers are not going. You think rappers is driving around hoods, shooting people out of cars and killing people? What are you talking about, bro? Yeah, you got rappers that's connected to the streets, a couple of them for sure. But you said rappers, and you said that as a collective. The average rapper is not going around killing people. You think Trippie Redd is like selling drugs and walking around sitting on a block? What the fuck are you talking about? This is an idiot. What are you talking about? What? This said rappers. You don't see all these rappers killing each other, getting time. No, what rappers is going around killing each other, getting time? What is you talking about? This is a fucking idiot. This is a fucking idiot. Rappers going around killing each other. What is this talking about? You definitely don't listen to rap music, or you just a fucking goofy. Like, this is a dumbass. This is a fucking goofy dude. I ain't even gonna waste my time talking to you. You a fucking idiot. I'm gonna let the chat handle you. I ain't even gonna. Matter of fact, I'm about to mute you on my end. You a fucking. I'm gonna let the chat handle you. I ain't even reading your comments no more because you about to blow me in this bitch. I ain't gonna lie. Fucking, and you got a fucking as your profile picture with makeup on. You fucking goofy. Let's Keep going though.
And say something or fix it or whatnot, you are boosting that person's comment. And somebody
Exactly. Most rappers don't even live the life they rap, my boy. For example, I grew up with Rod For Now. We both from New Orleans. All that stuff he rap about, never done it. That was his brother living that life, not him. This nigga's a fucking idiot. Not you, Dario. I'm talking about the other. I muted that in my chat. I can't see the comments no more. I ain't finna waste my time dealing with that bullshit. I'm gonna let the chat handle your ass. You ain't even worth giving my attention to.
or whatnot, you are boosting that person's comment. And somebody who is still young, an African who is still young and impressionable and doesn't really understand the concept of unity or the world yet, will see it, and it will now live in the back of their mind, subconscious mind, and possibly sway them towards that side one day. The best thing for you to do when you do come across tribalist comments, xenophobic comments, is to either report it and move on, or don't say anything at all. Go and reply under a comment that boosts unification and Ubuntu. We cannot go back to save those who do not want to be saved, but we can assist in stopping them from spreading the hate into the future.
Save what? Who have you ever saved? She's South African. Well, at least I see the flag in her bio, so I'm assuming she's South African. Who have you saved? Is this a South African flag? Let me make sure it's a South African flag. Let me make sure I got the shit right. Let me make sure I got this shit right. Hold on. Yeah, that's a South African flag. Just making sure. Who? Yeah, that's South African. Who the fuck have you saved? What you mean save? Who have you saved? You're South African. What have you done to save, like, quote unquote black people? What have you done to save anybody? But you in a fucking apartment with your head wrapped up, laying on your fucking stomach, talking about you saving some we can't save. Who is we? You ain't never saved nobody. What is you talking about? You talking about saving people, like you ain't never saved nobody. You trying to save that motherfucking hairline. You trying to save that whatever the fuck it is on top of your head. You ain't never saved nobody. You need to save them teeth. This bitch got like 7 teeth in her mouth. You see this bitch still got baby teeth. What are you talking about? Save somebody. You ain't never did shit for us. Damn sure ain't did shit for nobody else in Africa. You ain't even did shit for your own people. You ain't even save your own people. You know how fucking segregated it is in South Africa? They still got like areas and shit where like black South Africans can't even go to, or melanated South Africans can't even go to. What you mean saving? You ain't never saved nobody, bitch. Get your goofy ass on.
Those who know that black people's power lies in togetherness know. And
okay, so if you know that, okay, so if you saying you know black people power lies in togetherness, give me an example of black people as a collective, as you call it, because we know black is different for us, but she's saying black people, anybody with I guess African descent that's melanated. Cool. That would include the Indians as well, but I guess we ain't gonna go there. And the Filipinos and all the other Asians with melanated skin, but you know, they gonna section them out. So if you saying black people power coming togetherness, then give me an example of it where we all was together and we became unified and had some power. Give me one example of that in the history of life, in the history of ever. Give me an example of all Africans being unified. If you claiming that we Africans too, which we know we not. I'm just giving an example, y'all. Don't be chronic complaining. You know, y'all understand what the fuck I'm trying to say. So if we all African and we all came together and there was a time that we all was together and we all, you know, did something. Give me an example of it. Name one. What was the year? What was the fight? What was the movement where we all came together as one? You got to give an example. And this is a good question that you should ask these people that say shit like this whole Pan-Africanism. Give an example where all black people, because if you're saying that we have a history of it, and I know that our win is when we're together. Okay, where's the example of us all being together? Because it can't be over here with us. It can't be. Where's the example that, matter of fact, let's take it even further. Fuck all globally. What about in your country where all y'all came together and y'all wasn't fighting over tribal beefs? Give me an example. You bullshit. You just talking. Somebody said, how about 2 Nigerians stop practicing child marriage? Over 22 million young girls are forced into child marriages in Nigeria. That's ridiculous. I didn't even know it was that high. That's ridiculous.
We have our plans. We know what is the way forward. Let starve those people so their movement can die. Do you understand?
Starve of what? I think she's. Let me let the last couple seconds play.
That's all I came to say.
Okay. I think this is projecting. We don't starve over here. We got food and We ain't starving. We got Uber Eats and DoorDash and Postmates and all that shit. I know y'all don't got it over there. Let's come over here and you start using that as your job, your main source of income. But what you mean starve? We not starving. Who's starving? What do you have that we don't have? Because think about these words and how they being said. Let them starve. What do you have that's feeding people? Is it knowledge? Is it food? Is it wealth? Is it education? What? You're in South Africa. What do you have that's feeding people? And then something that you own, something that you could say, this is our shit. Give me an example of it. It ain't that you helping us. What is, and no disrespect to all South Africans. Again, I don't hate Africans. I'm talking about these tethers. I ain't got nothing against the cool Africans. Shout out to y'all. I'm talking about the tethers. Give an example of what you have that you've done to help our people over here. That you're feeding us. What are you feeding us? I'm curious. Is it food? Is it education? What is it? What do you have that's like that you gatekeeping to say, you know what? We done helping y'all Black Americans. What? Name something. It ain't shit. What is you talking about? This is just goofy and talking, man. I didn't even think it was this delusional that this was something. They don't even have a sewer system. They use the bathroom in the streets. I think South Africa is a little bit more, developed, but certain parts of Africa, yeah. She not Nigerian though. She's South African, or at least the flag in her bio is South African. She not Nigerian. She's South African. But like, bitch, sound goofy. Like, she talking about let them starve. We like, what the fuck is you talking about starve? Even Nelson Mandela was on some BS. He got out of jail, became president, and gave all the white supremacists amnesty. This hoe just talking, man. It's crazy they talk about us, but still getting their ass whooped by the colonizers. I just can't believe this said let them starve, let their movements die. Like, what you mean? What you mean let us starve, let the movements die? Our movements have become successful. The civil rights movement was a real thing. That's helped this be on the internet talking. Like, what do you mean let us starve? That's the thing that's getting me though. Like, you've never done nothing for us to not be able to eat. Everything we did, we got on our own, got that shot of the mud. So all that let us starve is too goofy, you tweaking, you just talking and babbling. When you really break this shit down and don't let the internet just be what it is, and you actually like break the shit down, this shit really be sounding crazy. The stuff these people be saying, it really be sounding crazy as hell, man. But